How you guys doing today? Welcome back. Today is March 17th, 2022. Is the downtrend finally over? I don't know. You may not know. No one truly knows. But overall, it looks really good. A great Green Day. You love to see it. We love to celebrate St. Patrick's Day with Green Days. I'm also going to talk about my cat because I can, because it's my channel. I do what I want to do. Today is this boy's 10th birthday. Oh my goodness. Look at this boy. He is 10. He is 10 years old. Oh my goodness. He's just a good boy doing his thing. You have one option. I'm not going to give you two options. You have one. Sing my cat happy birthday with me. I'm dead ass serious. I require, if you're watching this channel, to just sing this dumb song for my cat for good luck. All right, we all love the cat on here. Name another YouTuber that has a cat that just literally lays here all day and hangs out with us. I don't put him in this box. He sits in this box. All right, I don't. He likes the lights, right? He likes the GVM behind me. I encourage you. We're gonna sing happy birthday together. Let's do it real quick. Happy birthday to you, Gremlin! Happy birthday to you, Gremlin! Happy birthday, dear my cat. Bum 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 bum. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. No kidding. All right. Throw that remix in there. Thank you so much for wishing my cat happy birthday. He's 10. We're all excited to be here. If you're new here, you're probably thoroughly confused why a grown man is screaming into a microphone with his cat. We're going to look at 8 great stocks today. I have 4 shorts, 4 longs, I think. The reason being, the macro markets are great. I'm usually more bullish, but I want to be fair here. If we do collapse, I want you all to have some options. If you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I would truly appreciate it. I usually have more dumb jokes, but because I did the whole entire cat intro this time, I want to just get right into the video. Like, subscribe, bell notification. Buythebulls.com is on the way. All right? Stay tuned. So it's coming on the way. It's going to be a great time. I can't wait for that. It's going to be an absolute treat for everybody, myself included. With that being said, 8 great picks today. On the screen, we're talking about supports, resistances, trend lines, patterns, EMA lines, volume profile, RSI, the stochastic indicator, and the vortex indicator. These 9 things, the 10th one being love, and my sultry ASMR voice. We're going to have those 10 things on the screen and talk about why I think these are great values or great plays. With that being said, first one's ADI. Let's get into it. So ADI is a great short or breakout play. I'm going to say either because I want to be responsible. This is a really strong resistance spot. But if you like breakout plays, you're really looking at ADI here for a great breakout play. Let's start off with support. Anywhere near 147, closer to 143 here, is a great support area. That's obvious. Our resistance is also very obvious. Old resistance area became a support. Now it's becoming a resistance once again. This is going to be a pinnacle spot because our trend lines, speaking of which, are both down. You will notice they're not exactly the same. Right? This is a broadening wedge. Broadening wedges is when the supporting trend line and resistance trend line are different. All that means that a new pattern is going to form soon, whether it's a breakout or a breakdown. So I think right here with ADI, you can go short with very little risk, right? Okay, I'll risk 1%, 2% at most is all I really need to hopefully make close to 7, 8, even 10% for a good move. If you want to go long, risk versus reward, you could probably risk 1 or 2% conservatively, and a breakout play gets you 5, 6, 7, 8% easily. Either direction that you want to go. It's 4 to 1 odds. What comes to our last thing on the screen is our volume profile. In between these 2 lines is where 70% of action and volume happens. As long as you're in there, it's not nearly as volatile. When you get above it, you get really spiky and quick. See that? And this is our POC. The POC is going to be gravitational. It wants to pull us higher. That's the pro here. The con is it's also the strongest support and resistance on this time frame. I can scroll back and you can see clearly a lot of action stops and starts here. So if you do go long, you have that as a pro pulling you up, but getting more than 4.5% is going to be difficult. ADI here, great in my opinion. If markets are red, short. If they're green, long. Let's check the indicators. What's so great about this channel is that I don't actually use indicators to scan with or chart with. Also, I'm dope, and my cat's also dope. Gang, gang. What indicators show you is momentum, trend, volume, and volatility. Those 4 things. I use the EMA lines, stochastic, RSI, and vortex. Those 4 things help us do a lot. Plan a trade and trade that plan. They help us enter stock. help us exit a stock, help us track macro markets, help us goal set, help us be consistent. All these kinds of things my course talks about, which is on my YouTube. Go check it out now. It helps us with all those kinds of things, but we don't rely on it. Amateurs and novices and beginners, I love you. Thanks for being here. But y'all tend to really rely on indicators much more than they should be. They're there to help us. So this is the icing, not the cake. The TA is the cake. If you are new, you'll see a lot of what I'm talking about. Let's check it out together. So ADI here, the trend line, that's the 200, the red one, is the most important. When you're above it, what is it? It's a great gravitational force pulling us higher. And when you're below it, it's pointing down. It's a great force pushing us down. You can see how consistent and hard it is to get over it. That's going to be the play tomorrow. The other two are fine. I don't really care about those. This is the play tomorrow. If you see tomorrow's action, you see a green boy, break over it and hold, you may want to consider going long. If you get a green boy, hits it and then comes down, you may want to decide to go short. Usually, I talk about the 10 and 50 crossovers, irrelevant. If you can hold over the 200 and you can like really see it going long, that's the play, go long. If you stop here, short, that's the play. The other indicators do indicate a short makes more sense when it comes to a risk management position. The reason being, RSI is high, meaning more room to run down. Stochastic is high, more room to run down. You could argue, I'm not going to, it's very close. There's a possible, bearish divergence here. If it moves up, it's going to break it, so we don't see it yet. If this for sure turns around soon, it will be one. But again, it's still overbought. Bulls are peaking out. They have not much more room to buy into. Bears are bottoming out, much more room to drop down. Overall, ADI is a very easy play, a very nice play either direction, because at 200 EMA line, which I have not checked before until I watched it with you, is where you're going to watch for the play. You break over and hold, going long makes the most sense. If it's red and it holds and you drop down below it, going short makes the most sense. Minus indicators, going short makes the most sense. It's compounding there. I think it's a good short breakdown. If it does break out, I'm not upset either. Either way, low risk. ADI, I'd watch this. I do love what I see. Next is COLB, Columbia Banking System. I'm pretty high in financials. XLF stocks currently looking delicious. At COLB here, a mighty fine support at $33.30. Now at 34, it's okay. Again, it's fine, but the main support is a little bit lower. Our main resistance is also very clear. This is a great play given just the super clarity we see here. Now it comes to our trend line, 1, 2, 3 hits. I like to have a trend line with more than 3. You idiots, me idiots, can draw a trend line from A to B. Even C, it's not that impressive, right? 3 points, I mean, anyone can hit, 3, baskets in basketball, even a pickup game. It's not very hard. But 4 hits, 5, 6, 7 is much more consistent. So I don't put much emphasis on this trend line. It's okay, but it's just okay. I think the trend line is fine. It shows good higher lows, but the support's what I want to see. What's more important on this time frame as well is how strong this POC is as a support and as a resistance. It's clear. If we can get a green play tomorrow, it goes up just a little bit. I'm using my cute little rectangles here. If we get a green boy like this, it becomes a support, then buying in here is fine. If you get something like this, this is going to be a resistance, so be careful of that. I think COLB here, let's check the indicators. There's a good chance there's an EMA line somewhere over here that you can cross over and play out the momentum, or first, let it come down like a percent or two and then buy in a value. Let's check together. What we can see, if I zoom in, is the 10 crosses right here. Now again, is the 10 cross valid? You see plenty of 10 crosses have just defined time. You cross over the 10, it's pretty good. 50 is much better, but both are very close as well. So if tomorrow you want to buy into momentum, what that means to buy into momentum, there's 2 ways for a beginner to buy a stock. The first is value. You go, wow, what a great deal. COLB at 35.50. What a day. Or you can buy into momentum where you cross an EMA line. The vortex crosses, a stochastic cross, whatever it is. The play is green. You buy into momentum. You ride that bad boy up. So I think if tomorrow you get a green boy like this, play over the 10, that's fine for short-term swing trading and day trading. Over the 50, medium-term 4 or 5 day swing trading. Over the 200, long-term trading. So it works fine here. I would want to buy into value myself. I think we have a fine value. It's not bad. RSI is at 45. It makes sense. We're going sideways, right? Even from when we broke over the 50 here, it's moved like 2% in 72 days. Nothing's happening. Stochastic, no bearish divergence, no bullish, it all checks out. Again, -1 is fair, and bulls and bears are tied. COLB here is consolidating. That's important to note because most big moves in the market come after consolidation. With this consolidation pattern here, it will break up or it will break down, like me in high school. MCR, what's up, emo kid phase. No, but I think this does do well here. It's a great breakout play. A bit lower, great value play. Overall, COLB, I watch this. I do love what I see. Next is EBC, a great breakout play. Evan, he screams, why is EBC a long and not a short? Let me tell you, my sweet baby angels. The main reason is the resistance is super clear, but look at the lows. We said 15.15 is a fair price. We bought in. Folks then said 18 bucks is fair and bought in. Then they said 18.50 and then 19.50 and then 20 and now 20.30. This whole time bulls pushed the price higher. Bears said, shit, 22 is all I got. 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 Please stop beating me up. So bears have no power here. Yes, the POC is gravitational. A good $10 away. Quick maths, $10 away. It is gravitational. It wants to pull us lower. But this is a very bullish setup. Higher lows, same high. It's a great ascending triangle. These almost always break up. It may not do it on this move. There is a chance with this little wick right here. This is the sign that it doesn't have the power here, right? That's okay. If that's the case, you can watch this and maybe you want to short it. I wouldn't. You can short to like 5-6% easily. But if it doesn't live here, shows some red, buying it at 21 makes a whole lot of sense. EBC should definitely be watch listed for a breakout play. If markets continue up, markets break out, this bad boy, the XLF finances should also be beneficiary thereof. With our indicators, I have to catch my breath because I'm screaming at this point. A 10 cross is fine. I think a 50 cross is much more elegant and smarter. If we can hold the 50, we have our best runs. All right. Oh, the 10 gets choppy. Over the 50, you have a real good time, right? So I think right here, the risk would be like 3 or 4%, not ideal. Probably what, 2.5? Yeah, 2.5%, not ideal. But as long as we hold the 50, a breakout makes a lot of sense. RSI, it's high. It makes sense where, looking for a breakout play, it has to be high. Stochastic, again, is high. Can be a bit concerning. We have to see more action. If the top here does curl, there will be a small bearish divergence. Nothing too worrisome quite yet, but this does turn soon. It may come down a good amount. Bulls are high, bears are low. Again, if this wasn't higher lows, it'd be an easy short. But because EBC has great higher lows, the technical analysis, their price action, the flow of the stock is much better than and stronger than a stochastic. I don't care about stochastic when the price action looks this good. EBC may not be ready this play. It may be ready in a week or two if it does come down. But overall, EBC should be watch listed. I do love what I see. Next is GTN, a short. But Evan, you just said the other one's long. Why is this one different? The reason is this trend line has 3 hits and it's very, very elongated. EBC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hits. GTN, 1, 2, 3. And it took like almost a year. So this is not a great trend line. I'm watching this horizontal channel. This is the main play. I don't give a crap about this. I want the main play. I want the steak, not the potatoes. So I think right here, if we can see it dip one more red candle, you'll get easy 9, 10% because this resistance is absolutely rock solid. If we do get a green day, we get up to like 24.50. The risk is minimal at this point. Up in this area, it's a great short. Here, it's just fine. It's okay. It's not bad. But look at the reversal times. It takes its time. It took what, was it like 14 days? Oh my God, why not? 15 days. What's this? 45 days? 53, right? It takes its time. We are on day, what, 19? Yeah, day 19. We have some time here to think about it. If we can get a better move to 24 to short, it makes a whole lot more sense. POC, again, is gravitational. It wants us to come down 4 or 5% to our median. Now, again, this is a very strong support. Very strong resistance. So you may only be able to take profit at 22 bucks. Not the biggest move of all time. Both earnings overreacting, dividend folks taking their profit. I think GTN is a very easy short here. For a good confirmation, Waiting for a 10 cross under makes a lot of sense, right? You lose a 10, that's the real first sign of weakness, right? Loses the 10, comes down. Loses the 10, comes down. Loses the 10, comes down. So I think that's a great thing to wait for. Very little reward taken off to see that. If we have that, we're good to go. Under the 50, it's an absolute wrap. This bad boy's dead. Stock or RSI at 56. Overbought. Stochastic at the top here. Overbought. No divergences. It all checks out. It's all fine. It's all good, right? But again, it's starting to curl south here. If that's the case, easy short. And then bulls here crossed over, but there's no life. It crossed and went nothing. But over here, boom, power move, big cross, right? Sad, and then took off, right? So I think right here, no volume, no mood. GTN's an easy short. If he gets volume and that red vortex line crosses over, bad boy's a wrap. This was the 10 EMA line, it's a wrap. 50 EMA line, it's done for. See you later, nerd. So I think GTN here is a very easy short, low risk, and if it does break out, you can always go long. But right here, I want to short it. I do love what I see. GTN, watch listed. Quick commercial break to check on my cat. It's his birthday. I'll do what I want. It's my channel. Look at this boy. Oh my goodness. He's so elegant. Boy. Oh, it does stretchies. That's why the folks come here to see my cat. Next is HBI, a great breakout play. Evan, why? Well, it's a wedge down, right? These are not the same angle, so it's a wedge down. It's making a great support. Let's start there. And near 1490, for whatever reason, bulls like this play. At 1490, they want to buy in. Even over here, support. Even over here, resistance. This is a very pinnacle spot at 1490. It wants to hold this spot from 1490 to 15. Now, again, we are a good 2% away from being where I want it at $15 and $14.90. I'd be very comfortable scaling in and having a good time. So great support, clear resistance, right, at $16. Even here, it's a good 3-to-1 play, not too terrible at all, without even a breakout. When it comes to our trend lines, falling one very consistent, falling one very consistent. It's definitely a wedge down here. And then lastly, the POC will be a strong resistance. If we can't get over this area, we should be coming back down to 1490. If we cross over it and it holds, see how none of these candles hold? They really don't hold at all. When they do, that's when you get your big move. So tomorrow has a nice big candle and it holds. You should be seeing a nice big move tomorrow as well. Let's check our indicators here for any kind of crossover plays. Wrong button, you idiot. Look at that. So tomorrow, you get a green boy that holds over the 50. Boom. Crossover, you're good to go. We just got the 10 today. When you cross the 10, you have a good time. But over the 50, you have a Mondo Excellente great time over the 50. Get that tomorrow. Easy day trading opportunities as well. The 200, you break that. That's when you can hold for a long-term period of time and really go bananas for like a week or two, even longer if it's really good. RSI, it's fair. It makes sense. We're going sideways, right? It hasn't moved much in the last month or two. It's just horizontal. Stochastic is much the same. Bullish divergence you see from freaking space there. Boom. Delicious. That's why it moved up. It comes back down. You could play off with the stochastic here, but it comes down like this and holds at that trend line. That's a great place to buy into as well. But it's definitely a bullish divergence. It is coming down, right? The blue crossing the red. We should see it come down a bit more. Buying into value makes sense. Bulls are low, bears are high. HBI to me is a fine crossover play, but I think better play is a buy into value. Either way here, it takes patience. You gotta at least wait till about 10, 11 a.m. tomorrow and make your decision then. But HBI here, great play. I do love what I see. Next is HGV, a great trend line up once, twice, 3, 4 solid times. And now currently, not the most, perfect lower highs, but they're certainly there, right? This is making a nice wedge here. Strong resistance at $52, strong support near $46. What we're looking for here is a short. Again, you could see a breakout here, go nice and long, but I think given there's no volume over $52.80, 53 bucks to be fair. No volume over here. It never survives. It's very quick, radical movements. You may get a spike of 4 or 5%. I'd be ready to short into that and have a really good time. The trend lines are great. The resistance is very clear. Support's clear. And again, POC is gravitational. We want to be at $40. This wants to come down farther. Low risk, high reward. Before I show the EMA lines and the stochastic and all that, this is a horizontal wedge. These like to break down or break up. The way we're going to certify this is a wedge or a consolidation play If the EMA lines are in the middle of our two trend lines, so here's your triangle we have. If the EMA lines are in the middle of that triangle, like that, yeah, in the middle, that shows that our hypothesis that it's a horizontal play, consolidation play, breakout play is true. Let's check. Would you look at that? That's what you want to see. EMA lines directly in the middle of our trend lines. It's definitely a consolidation play. A 10 cross under is great. That's fine as always. But right here, we're going for a breakdown, right? It's definitely consolidating. I want to see a breakdown. RSI, it's high. Stochastic, it's high. You could argue there's some form of bearish divergences going on here. It's close. I wouldn't say that, but bulls are high, bears are low. It's also overbought here. As soon as HGV does not get the volume that it needs and cracks down, it's an easy short. I'd definitely watch list it. Again, lower, I'd go long, but here, risk versus reward dictates an easy short. I do love what I see. I would definitely watch list it. Next is the OC, right? Orange County, right? I don't want to wait for our love to be over. That's actually Dawson's Creek. That's the joke. I know the difference, I think. I'm a millennial. Who knows? OC here is a really good looking broadening wedge. Again, these lead to new patterns. Easy short. Above $97, there's no volume. Right? You get a spike of up 2%. It's tried 5, 6, 7, 8 times. It can't succeed. It's like me in math class. It's just not going to succeed. Right? Great joke. Easily risking 2% to come down and seeing about 10 or 11%. Look at this right here. That's a gap. Gentlemen, come here. Come here. Gaps like to be filled. So when we see that, we see these gaps here. Every single time on this time frame, every single gap has been filled 100%. Every single time. You see price gap up or down. It's always filled. This price at $91, it's going to get filled. And it's going to like it. So I think we're waiting for this to kind of come down. Great resistance. POC's pulling us lower. Easy fill. I think OC, if it doesn't live here, easy short, easy money. 10 cross under, it's fine as always. It's not going to last forever. Overbought, overbought, overbought. Simple, easy, easy peasy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. Overall here, if OC does see it kind of crash down hard, it's going to be a very easy short. If you see one red candle, get that 5% and fill in that gap and call it a day. OC, I'd watch this. I do love what I see. Next is THO, and lastly, Thor Industries. What a great play. What we're looking at is this trend line. It's consistent. I could have made two of them, but I just wanted to say it's not really part of the play here. It's there, but not like overly emphasizing this play. The resistance here, it's a nice channel down, wedge down. It's the support I'm watching. This support has been rock solid since it IPO'd. Wrong button, idiot. And we can see clearly, this is a small step for man. It's a really strong resistance, really strong support. It's been a pinnacle spot since it broke in this area. It's holding beautifully. Now again, we have lower highs. Again, I do want to buy it maybe 3% lower to really mitigate risk, but it's forming a support here. It's forming life. Even on a longer time frame, it does this a lot. It likes to kind of do horizontal action more than trendline action. POC, pulling us higher. Support's clear. Resistance is clear. Risking 2 or 3% to make hopefully no breakout. 10 or 11%. Easy 4-to-1 play here. With just a little bit of action, this bad boy with some life could be really, really good. A 10 crossover is fine with their indicators. 50 is better. 200 is being a real piece of shit here. So until you break over the 200, you're not going to have much long-term hold potential here. But when you do, it's really good to go. Great value. A 10 cross tomorrow is quite fine. RSI, it's fair. It makes sense. We're consolidating sideways. Stochastic, a bit high, but it looks fine either way. Bulls and bears are tied. Could go either way here. THO is definitely consolidating sideways. And seeing as it is downtrending, trend is your friend. And I think that if you want to short this, if it loses 80, that makes a whole lot of sense, right? But I think more realistically, if the markets do go green, this should then benefit and hopefully goes from consolidating to ascending. As we said, stocks can do three things: ascend, descend, and consolidate. Most of your ascensions, descensions, and directional change with trends comes before and after consolidation. Again, ascending, descending, consolidate. Descending, consolidate, right? So stocks can do those three things. If we consolidate here and show some life, it could be really good go long here. Overall, THO, I'd watch this. I do love what I see. Thanks again for watching. I do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Wish my cat another birthday. You bastards. Look at him. All right. The clobbers. he's here for you. He's not here for me. He wants to be on camera. He wants to be part of the community. He's our mascot. He's just my world. It's a good boy. Oh my, yes, it's a good boy. It's a rubbies. That's my boy right there. That's my son. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks.